The rematch. Joshua vs Ruiz. Anthony Joshua must-dos and commentary coming up next on Stick to the Jab Boxing. The rematch. Anthony Joshua vs Andy the Destroyer Ruiz. Anthony Joshua, list of must-dos. He must establish the fight distance from the opening bell. He must keep Ruiz on the outside. Keep him guessing, change his stance and look. He must use his reach to his advantage by holding Ruiz on the edge of his long jab. He must fight big and force Ruiz to have to lunge in or overextend his reach, forcing him to take chances that he wouldn't normally take. Regulate and maintain consistency with his fight weight. He must work Ruiz's body with quality body shots. No matter what type of build you possess or your level of conditioning, quality, and well-placed body shots can take its toll on your opponent. The result will come into play at some point in the fight. He must properly gauge, evaluate and access any potential knockdowns he scores against Ruiz, pace himself and not overreact or underestimate how hurt his opponent really is before moving into finish. Joshua may need to change certain fundamentals of his game. He needs to become less predictable and more elusive. He must add to, or alter his style of boxing. Possibly incorporate and master the art of slipping and riding shots to his repertoire. Anthony Joshua as the taller fighter must lean down and put his weight on Ruiz during clinches. Joshua needs to weigh down the shorter fighter and sap his strength and energy every opportunity he gets. He really should consider adding another trainer or advisor to his team. Someone proven in their accomplishments within the pro ranks and at championship level. AJ could benefit significantly by having another set of expert eyes and ears in his camp. Some potential candidates could be names such as Freddie Roach, George Foreman, Abel Sanchez, Roy Jones Jr. and Lennox Lewis. More thoughts. Despite the criticism of his current trainer Rob McCracken, he has done an exceptional job with AJ thus far. His track record proves that. Just looks at Joshua's win-loss record, it truly speaks for itself. AJ has beaten many top-flight heavyweight boxers such as Alexander Povetkin, Joseph Parker, Charles Martin, Carlos Takam, Dillian White, Dominic Breazeale, and the legendary Vladimir Klitschko. That being said, all of that just doesn't vanish into thin air. The man just lost one fight. Really? Yes, changes may have to be made and game plans possibly altered, but you don't throw out a brand new car because it needs a new starter. All of the legends and boxing greats have lost fights throughout their illustrious careers. For the haters out there, sometimes in life respect, loyalty, trust and believing in yourself are some of the core principles that can override almost all obstacles and disappointments that may come your way. Believing in yourself is a lot stronger than most believe. Self-belief is a very powerful thing. Just ask Andy Ruiz Jr., or Tyson Fury, if you somehow disagree with its statement. Here's what I know. If AJ had defeated Andy Ruiz Jr. on June 1st, there would barely be any criticisms of either him or head trainer Rob McCracken. All the hater channels, fanboys and wannabe supporters would be singing a different song and dance. They would be singing a very different tune. AJ lost fair and square in the middle of the ring. Only AJ himself knows the real reasons why. Forget all the rumors and speculation. Nobody truly knows. Only AJ and those very close to him could provide those answers. He was honorable in defeat, he was a real man, respectable, apologetic. He didn't make any excuses. He was classy in defeat and issued an official statement, which many other boxers would not have done if they were in his position. Bottom line. He didn't get the job done on the night. Let's not take anything away from Andy Ruiz. He fought a great fight and deserved to win on the night, but the fact is, if Ruiz lost that fight, he like many others before him may have drifted into obscurity, vanished without a trace, somewhere into the depths of the top 20 rankings of the heavyweight division. He made history, he deserves full credit and respect for defying all odds and showing his great desire, will, and fighting spirit. Before the fight, most people didn't know who this guy was. All of a sudden everyone is acting like they knew that he was going to win the fight. Really? Some of you have no shame whatsoever. You are guilty as sin. It's like this, most you never gave him a chance. You looked at him and instantly proclaimed a Joshua knockout by the second or third round. The truth hurts, but it's true. Aretha said it best, my peeps, who zoom and who, come on people, admit it, you judged Andy Ruiz based on his build and the way that he physically looks. You know, fat, I mean chunky, I meant chubby, sorry, what I meant to say was big boned. Moving forward, now you are all trying to ride the Andy Ruiz freight train, that's okay? You can support whomever or whatever you want. Big Tex isn't mad at you all. I admit it. I'm just as guilty as all of you, for the same very thing. Conclusion. So I have to ask this valid question. What happens if Ruiz loses the rematch? Are you going to stick with him when the chips are down? Are you going to stick to your word? If AJ's hand is raised in victory on that night, the tune, the song, and the dance may change yet again. Oh. And AJ, you would have to stop that train and wait for some of those half-stepping supporters to get back on. The same ones that sung a different tune after you suffered your first painful defeat, but a lot of them were your own countrymen. That just isn't right. On the other hand, what about that great trainer Rob McCracken? If AJ takes the titles again, you half-steppers would be touting Rob McCracken's horn again too. AJ wouldn't need a new trainer or advisor then, would he? On a side note, I haven't been the biggest fan of the LDBC, but one thing for sure is that they stick with who they support. Deontay Wilder. You AJ supporters should take a page from the LDBC. You might learn a thing or two. But you see, this opens up another can of worms, so to speak. What happens when Deontay Wilder suffers his first defeat? Will his fanboys and supporters stick with him then? Or will the excuses drop out of the sky above? Will the rumors, speculation, and excuses start? Don't tell me. He lost because he broke his hand, his foot, or maybe he broke his back? So, you see, no matter what is said in despair or defeat, it usually tends to mimic or sounds like an excuse anyways. You see, for when the smoke clears, most of us will realize that we are all human and professional boxers are too. So, are you a loyal fan or are you a certified fraud? This may spark many questions. Fight fans, what are your thoughts? Who do you think will win the rematch between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz Jr.? Should Anthony Joshua hire a new trainer? Or should AJ keep Rob McCracken and hire an additional advisor of some sort? What do you think? As always, we are curious to know your thoughts. Finally, if you are new to our channel, consider supporting us. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and please hit the bell notification to be notified of upcoming videos. This is Big Tex for Stick to the Jab Boxing.
Protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck. Touch 'em up, Brenda Swate.